What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. It has been quite a while and I was like, you know what, I want to come back and start a video, and every time I came to start a video I was like, I don't even know what to do for my first video back. So this is just going to be random recap of 2019 Olympia, intro to 2020, what's going on, where I'm at, what I'm doing for 2020 season since everything has been pushed back with the current situation. And yeah, then I have a couple more videos. My next video is going to be about my breast augmentation, and I'm just going to touch on all the questions that I've gotten. I've gotten a lot of questions about that and just my experience with it, getting back into training, how I feel now, all that kind of stuff. So that will be my next video. Today's video is going to be a bit random. I didn't really know where to start, so I was like, you know what, I'm just going to start talking and see where it goes. I was like, where I'm at right now and kind of recap of 2019 Olympia, where I left off. So last I left off with my YouTube videos, I was a few days out of the 2019 Olympia, and going into the 2019 Olympia, my goal was to place top 5 there. And I knew that if I brought my 100% conditioning wise, physique wise, posing, presentation on stage, that I could do it. And we did it. We placed 5th, so I'm really happy with overall how that weekend went, just how I looked. I'm so happy about. I wouldn't have changed anything about how I looked for that show, my presentation. I think everything just came together perfectly how I wanted it to. And on that day, I think I was at my 100% best. I don't think I could have been any better on that day. So yeah, I'm really happy with how that turned out. And I think that's the best feeling, when you step on stage and you know that that's your 100% on that day. That's not to say now I'm not any better, I can't get any better. Just on that day, that was my 100% I think that I brought to stage. And I truly felt like that before I stepped on stage. So I think that showed on stage in my confidence. So as always, Olympia is an amazing event to go to and compete at. It's just such a prestigious event. So to even get to compete on that stage, let alone place top 5, is incredible on its own, just because we all work so hard to get up there. And at the end of the year, it's the best in the world to qualify. So to be among those other amazing women in top 5 was just incredible for me, because I've always looked up to them. I've watched the live streams of them. And just to be up there and place in the top 5 this year was a dream come true for me. So I'm gonna include a few clips for you guys.
That is very significant.
Heavier to the women's divisions.
Yes.
To our 5th place finisher, Jennifer Dory.
I'm looking forward to 2020 Olympia. However, they did change the qualification rules, so top 5 does not qualify automatically. The new rules is you win, you're in, so I have to do a show in 2020 to qualify. My original game plan, I was like, I'm going to do Toronto Pro. That's it. I'm going to go into Toronto to win Toronto and then sit down until Olympia once I qualify, so I can have enough time to rest, recover into Olympia, and show up at 100%. But unfortunately, 10 weeks out of Toronto, it was canceled. So I definitely was a little bit upset about that, because Toronto is a special show for me. That's my hometown, and that's kind of where I grew up competing in that federation. So it has a lot of meaning to me competing there and seeing all the judges who judge me as amateur, all the competitors who I got to compete against as an amateur are usually there too. So it's just nice to bump into everyone around there. And obviously my family can come to watch me at that event because it's not far. So I definitely am sad I'm not going to be competing there. I did my pro debut there, I placed 3rd. I competed there last year and placed 2nd. And this year I was hoping to go in for the win, 3rd time's a charm, but that will have to wait till next year because the show has been canceled altogether until 2021. I was looking at different shows that I could do, and we've decided to do Tampa, which is going to be August 1st. So I'm currently 10 weeks out of Tampa. And honestly, I'm really excited that I actually get to do Tampa now that Toronto is canceled, because Tampa is a really special show to me as well. That's why I chose that show. I did that show in 2018, and that was my rookie year competing. The first year I got to go to Olympia, and Tampa was actually the cutoff show, the make it or break it show for anyone going to the Olympia with points. So either you had to get enough points to be in the top 20, or you were bumped out of the point system. So I made it. I placed 2nd there. Laura Lee placed 1st. We actually roomed together that weekend, so it was a really fun weekend. And that's the show that qualified me for the 2018 Olympia at the end of the season. I did my first photo shoot with JM there, and that is where I met my boyfriend, so I'm really excited to go back there this year. Fingers crossed that the borders open up for travel, and if so, I will be at Tampa. And my goal is to go into Tampa 100%, win Tampa, I told my coach, if I'm not 100%, I don't want to do it. I want to make sure I'm at my 100% going to the show and know that I can win the show going into it. If not, then we'll push back, we'll do a later show. I've been asked if I have a backup show. I currently do not. I don't really like having backup shows. Same thing when I won my pro card, I just said I didn't believe in a backup show because I think if you have a plan B, you won't put everything into plan A, so I don't want to have something else to fall back on, and in the back of my mind to think if I don't make it here, I can do this. So all my sights are focused on Tampa. I'm going in for Tampa. We will see what happens, and it'll be fun. I'm excited. So prep right now, where I'm at, I'm currently, as of today, 139 pounds. Finally, I broke below 140, which has been a struggle to say the least. When I started my prep, I was about 150, which obviously I had taken time off after I had my surgery done, and with my boobs, I'm gonna be a few pounds heavier. And I just did start at a heavier weight than what I usually do. So right now I'm 139, and I've dropped about 10 pounds since starting my prep, but my body composition has really changed a lot. 139 is kind of heavy for me to be at 10 weeks out, but I'm really not concerned because my shape and conditioning looks great. I just feel like I have a lot fuller muscles this year, and my balance looks really good. So that's kind of what we're focusing on: balance, symmetry, and fullness. I wanted to have a little bit more width in my upper body, rounder shoulders, wider lats. So I've really been working hard on that with my at-home training. And when I was back in the gym, after I got back in the gym from recovering, I really just focused on getting my upper body strength back, and that's kind of what I've been focusing on. Stage weight usually is about 122 to 124. So with the boobs, I'm probably gonna guess 125, 126. And I probably have like 12 or 14 pounds to lose before stage weight in the next 10 weeks. So we shall see how that goes. I'm really not too concerned. I've been dropping pretty steadily, and I was ahead of time for Toronto, and then we were maintaining for a bit just because I was so far from Tampa. And I had a bit of a speed bump about 2 weeks ago where my body was just not dropping. I was kind of just at a standstill. And we tried decreasing my carbs, increasing my cardio, and I actually gained weight, which is very frustrating to say the least. But it was also hormones were playing a role in there. I was getting my period soon, and that always causes a lot of water retention for me. So we decided to pull back a bit, give my body a bit of a rest. I had a cheat meal, we upped my carbs, reduced my cardio a bit, and I actually dropped back down a few pounds. And then we reduced my fats, increased my carbs a little bit more, increased my cardio a little bit, and then that's where I'm at right now. And I've been dropping steadily since then, so I'm happy. I'm back to where I need to be, and I finally broke my plateau of 140s into the 130s, so hopefully it's kind of smooth sailing from here. Usually everyone has that certain set point that your body does not want to drop below, but once you get below there, it's like pretty easy to keep going. For me, usually that's 132-ish. If I get below 132, 130, that's smooth sailing from there. For me right now, it seems to be like 140 was like the plateau to break through. So I'm really happy. I threw a little party this morning when I did my check-in and stepped on the scale. I was so excited to be 139. Honestly, not that weight really matters. I could care less if I'm 170 pounds or 110 pounds. I really just use a number relative to the previous week or relative to where I started my prep to kind of watch my progress. But in terms of an actual number, I don't care what the number is. So me saying I like threw a party when the number went below 140 is not because I'm happy to be below 140, it's just because I was stuck at a certain number. So whether that number was 160 or 140 or 110, it was just getting below a certain point that I feel like my body's gonna move faster now. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. I feel really good, honestly. This is probably the best energy that I've had in a prep right now. I have amazing energy. My sleep is great. My recovery is great. My workouts are awesome. Still doing at-home workouts, but I do have a decent amount of stuff here, and I got a cable machine, some attachments. So thankfully, I do have a lot of stuff to work with here. But yeah, I feel pretty good, and I'm happy with where things are. That's where I'm at. That's pretty much all for now. I just want to keep this video kind of short because it was going to be like a recap intro video. Any other videos you guys want to see, feel free to comment below, whatever you guys want. If you have any suggestions of what you guys want to see, because sometimes I just don't know what to film. I'm going to do one with like a hair video. My hair is a mess right now, but with all the different products that I like to use for curly hair, I've had a lot of questions on that as well. And I have like a whole pile of products that I regularly use, and I've tried other stuff, and honestly, these are just what works best for me and my hair. So I'm going to share those with you guys in case you guys want to give it a try and see if it works for you. And my routine of how I do my hair for show day, because a lot of people were saying, well, how do you wash your hair with the tan and that stuff? So I'm going to go through that with you guys in another video as well. So stay tuned for that. And Thank you guys for watching. I hope everyone is doing well. Stay safe and wash your hands. I will talk to you guys soon.